to the field in front of the Minnetonka fans. For the past week, Chanhassen Chick-fil-A has been conducting a $1 per cookie fundraiser to support Minnetonka football. Thanks to all of you who bought cookies this week. Holding the check on the field is the owner-operator of Chick-fil-A Chanhassen, Andrew Armstrong. And joining him is Tony Wixo, president of the Minnetonka Touchdown Club. Tonight, Andrew is presenting a check in the amount of $1,450 to support Minnetonka football. Thanks to all of you for buying cookies this week and for your generous support of Minnetonka football. And thank you, Andrew Armstrong.
Mm-hmm. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Einar Anderson Stadium. It's an August start for football in Minnetonka. My name is Roger Lenahan. I'm here with Peter Amstutz, Grant, and Henry. Grant, what's your last name again? Knight. Of course I know that. It is, of course, the opening game for the Minnetonka's football season here. We open before the school starts. Minnetonka will take on the White Bear Lake Bears, and it'll be a battle again from east to west, and it's a pretty hot night, but it's not as hot as it's going to be tomorrow, so it should be a good game.
And Coach has given you the starting lineups for the homestanding skippers. I don't believe we have the starting lineup for White Bear, but we'll be able to figure it out when the game starts.
Well, I'm going to give you that starting lineup right here as we're about 10 minutes away from kickoff. We'll go through the defensive starters first. On the D-line, number 82. And by the way, folks, these are going to be seniors unless I mention that they're a junior or a sophomore. So D-end, number 82, Charlie Frank. Another D-end, number 90, Luke Larson. Number 55, defensive tackle, John Boberg. And then the other D-tackle, number 96, Milan Babda. At the linebacker core, number 1, junior Dylan Higgins. The other middle linebacker is Hudson Peterson, number 17. Malachi Brody, number 23, a junior, anchors the other linebacker spot. At the safeties, junior Jack Earhart. The other safety, Hudson Poole. At the cornerback spot, Aiden Feidler. And the other cornerback, Tobias Williams. Number of these guys on defense. Certainly, Earhart got a lot of time last year, as did Hudson Poole. So kind of a returning strength at the defensive side of the ball. Moving on to the offense. Number 10, senior Milo Spojanovic. Returning starter for the Minnetonka Skippers at the quarterback spot. Running back, number 9, Roman Johnson. Got a lot of time last year as well. The wideout cores, number 8, Will Harrison. Number 21, Hudson Poole. Number 86, Zach Stangus. And number 5, Jordan Thompson. The big sheep, the big Rams. Number 77, offensive tackle, Luke Speedling. Another returning starter. Now returning, or as a sophomore starter, number 71, Aiden Zabzilka. And if we said that wrong, just text us and we'll figure that out. The offensive guard, Elijah Zabzilka. When you got brothers playing, it makes it tough if you're doing it wrong. And then the other guard, number 78, Jack Sims. The center, number 72, Tanner Smith. And on the special teams side, of course, we have returning starter, senior Keegan Sabilla, number 7. Looks like so far we're going to have Milos, number 10, the quarterback, punting. And then the holder will be number 21, Hudson Poole. So maybe a couple of number changes. Well, Minnetonka this year, and again, the preseason polls, Peter, have us at number 7 in the Metro. Eden Prairie on top of the polls this year. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that in the preseason individual polls, Keegan Sabilla, of course, is as a standout. He's on that preseason All-Metro team. Of course, he's a senior, returning starter, and good long range, can kick away from guys, and has been a weapon as a punter. Excellent distance, terrific hen time. Not committed to a certain college yet, but probably will have a pretty good selection, Pete.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of interest. Follow him on social media, and you can see when he's going to different colleges, checking them out. So hopefully he'll land at a place that he likes and is able to contribute on the football team as well as academically.
Amen to that, Pete. Now, White Bear Lake, had a pretty good year last year. I think they were 7-3, Pete. Better year on the win-loss. Minnetonka coming off of a 5-4 record, having lost their first game in the sections to Lakefield North. Really a game they kind of could have won, I think, but nonetheless, score's not indicative of that. This year, I think what we're going to see on offense for the Skippers is a high-tempo game. I expect them to be on a no-huddle kind of a deal, and they'll be in and out of the huddle very quickly, trying to catch their opponent off guard. We have some pretty good speed. Will Tobias is the 100-meter state champ gold medal winner. He's a cornerback, so we got some pretty good speed. Got some returning linemen. Should be a good year, Pete.
Yeah, I noticed 4 wide receivers in the starting lineup as well, so it looks like we're going to spread it out a little bit, just a single back set.
I expect to see all kind of spread. Milos has got a preferred walk-on from Wisconsin and Minnesota so far. He's a pocket passer, really, rather than a scrambler. So I suspect that if I had to guess, I think there'll be 60 pass, 40 run.
Okay, we'll look for that tonight. Yeah, we've had all kinds of different quarterbacks during our 7-8 years of doing this, and sometimes you get guys who are more comfortable running, and we know that Milos is more comfortable in the pocket. Give him a little bit of time, and he'll find one of those 4 wideouts. And we'll just see what they can do tonight against this White Bear team. White Bear coming out in all white uniforms and black helmets, and the Skippers wearing the blue helmets and blue jerseys and white pants tonight.
Well, Pete, keep in mind, I think that I can't help but assume that, as a sophomore, he tore his ACL, right? And so missed some time then. And if I'm Esch, I'm going to probably not run him that much. Now, he's 6'5" and 200+ pounds. I think if he's one-on-one on a D-back, I don't mind that matchup. But you need him as a quarterback to be able to throw the ball. So we'll see. We're about ready here for the national anthem. So we're going to take our hat off, put our hand on our chest, and we'll be right back.
At this time, we ask that you please stand. Remove your hats. Face our nation's flag. Veterans and service members may remain capped and render a hand salute as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem performed tonight by the Minnetonka High School Marching Band.
so guys, we're right about ready, set for the kickoff here. We got about 4 or 5 minutes, but I would like to recognize the Minnetonka captains: Roman Johnson, Luke Larson, Hudson Poole, Milos Spojatovic, and of course Cal Worley. And just a word on Cal, did have some heat stroke issues maybe a week ago. No, he's not suited up. We do expect him to come back, but while you're thinking of him, please say a prayer for him for a speedy recovery. Clearly a big a missing ingredient for the offensive line, Pete.
Yeah, he played a lot last year. I recall that name. Remember calling it out, and we wish him all the best on his recovery. Again, it's a warm one here tonight, but not as hot as it's going to be. It's not in the 90s. It's in the mid-low 80s. The sun is going to set there behind us, and then we'll get a little bit of cooler temperatures down to the mid-70s, low 70s before this one's over.
But right now, that sun is streaming in our window, and she's pretty high in the sky still. Of course, it's August 31st, right? So Minnetonka's, I couldn't tell if they won the toss, but they're set to receive. Well, we'd look for we'll see who's going to be deep for Minnetonka. I think a lot of time, and maybe I'm wrong about that, so I maybe shouldn't say, but I don't know. Does that?
Yeah, Hudson returned last year.
Returned a lot. So.
Yeah, we usually did dual safeties last year. He was on one side, and I can't recall who was on the other.
Well, the White Bear Lake Bears, say that 3 times fast, Pete, they were pretty senior last year, so they're going to have a younger. We never got their starting lineup, so we couldn't provide that for you. But coming off a good season, and we'll just see how it's going to work out.
Yeah, they've got a couple senior quarterbacks listed on their roster, so we'll see which one comes out. But we'll get a look at their defense first. Looks like number 8 is back for Minnetonka.
Will Hairston and then Tobias Williams, number 6. So a little change from last year. Well, there's the kick. It's going to be fielded at about the 9, bobbled for a second. Off to the races on the right side. He's got an opening. 2 guys to beat. Runs into the kicker inside Bear territory. Will Hairston.
Very nice start. Can't ask for much better than that. Already in plus field position, so good way to get this one kicked off.
Oh, absolutely, Pete. 38-yard plus return for Will. Well, they call it the 46, so be a 40-yard return almost. Well, again, look for this tempo thing, Pete, and see if they come out no huddle and try to do it quick. I'd be interested to see if they give the ball to Roman Johnson right away or try to establish that passing game. Duke Richardson split wide to the left. Hand off to Johnson off the right side, gain of about 5.
Yeah, we credit Heidi Barber, number 7, with the tackle for White Bear Lake on that one. So nice pickup, about 5 yards there on a pretty straightforward handoff play.
Again, no huddle here, Pete. Tempo kind of an offense for Minnetonka. This time, Milos is going to throw it, throws it long. Oh, boy. Very close. Intended for Jordan Thompson. That was close.
Really nice coverage there by White Bear. Not a lot of separation Jordan didn't make. He did make a nice play on the ball, but not able to grab it. So interesting first pass play. See what they have drummed up here for 3rd down.
Spasojevic calling out the signals. He's going to back up a little out. Left side, pretty far alone. Number 86 for Minnetonka, Stankus on the reception.
Yeah, the senior wide receiver makes good on that 3rd down. Nice, easy throw for Milos to hit him out there in the flat, and then he did the rest on his own.
Yeah, he did, Pete. And, again, hot day tempo. 1st and 10, ball on about the 25-yard line. There's going to be a penalty. Minnetonka clapping, so it looks like probably encroachment here on the defense.
A little bit of movement there by the Bears before the snap, so a free 5 yards for the Skippers moves them down inside the 20.
So 1st and 10 now on about the 20-yard line, inside the 20, as Peter said. Spisojevic is in shotgun. Hands off left side. Number 9. Roman Johnson on the carry. Gets it out of bounds, stops the clock.
He's really close to the line to gain there, Roger. We'll see where they mark it.
Well, they move the chains. Pretty important to start out with a good drive, Pete.
Absolutely. Already one nice 3rd down conversion. Here's a 1st and 10 for the Skippers.
Quick pass, slot, left side. Got a boom. He's going to score untouched.
That's Hudson Poole, Roger.
Hudson Poole on the reception and touchdown.
Pretty nice design play. Very nice design play. Caught him right there on the inside, and he had nobody between him and the goal line.
No, came out of the slot, kind of came into the middle, found a seam, and was off to the races. You know, everything was flowing right. He's flowing left, and he goes in untouched. So at the 10:43 mark, 6-0 Minnetonka.
So Poole catches the touchdown pass. Now he'll do the holding duties for Zabilla.
Keegan Sabilla's kick is up, and it is good. So at the 10:43 mark, it's 7-0.
So all that drive set up by a nice return on the kickoff, a critical 3rd down conversion with a nice little pass out into the flat, and then another passing touchdown for Milos to start the season. Really nice way. I don't think you could have drawn it up much better if you're Coach Ash.
No, it's really the kind of momentum you need to almost start every contest, Pete. And you know, despite the fact that these young men are big and strong and some have facial hair, confidence is always an issue at any kind of sporting level, even at the high school level. I mean, we know that's a case at the collegiate level. So really a big shot in the arm for Minnetonka to come out so strong.
It's like Dominic Anderson back to receive for the Bears, as well as number 28. That's Keeson Lipscomb.
Well, and you know, Keegan is a pretty senior veteran kicker. I would guess he'll kick it away to the guy that they think, away from the gentleman that they think is the best returner. Zabilla's kick is a high into the end zone by a foot and nullifies the return.
We saw a lot of touchbacks last year. That one a touchback by about 6 inches, but
right,
it counts as a touchback.
It does.
So here's our first look at the Skippers defense. Anything to look out for here in terms of how they're going to set up, how they're going to approach the defensive side of the ball?
I don't see, from what I'm told, not a ton of differences from last year as it relates to formational deals. But they returned some, I think they returned 4 starters in here, Pete, so that's unusual. Well, a lot of misdirection there, but Minnetonka not fooled. Luke Larson on the stop for Minnetonka, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and call it about 8. The ball is going to be placed on the 22.
Yeah, that was Cole Sather, was the starting running back, got the first call, and I see it in at quarterback is Alexander Doroff, number 6.
Okay.
So the starters at quarterback are Doroff, and at running back it is Sather.
Well, here's the handoff. Oh, what a nice tackle there. I think number 1, Hudgens, was there first, and then Hunter Peterson on the assist.
Yeah,
gain of about 2, Pete.
Nice pursuit by Hutchinson, and Peterson in order to get Sather down there. So it sets up a third down. About 7 yards to go. And we've got 9:29 left in the first quarter.
Well, I noticed a couple of things, Pete. The down markers are now digital. Did you see that?
Yes.
I go, isn't that nice? Here we go. 3rd and 7 for the Bears, deep inside their own territory. Got a little room, gonna throw it away. Oh, and almost picked off.
Yeah, only 2 skippers in the territory of that one. So first passing attempt for White Bear Lake, Alex Doroff, was incomplete, and that they're going to bring in their punting unit.
Well, you couldn't script it better yet so far if you're a skipper fan, Peter. Basically a 3 and out.
So here on the punt, we do have Hudson Poole as one of the deep setbacks,
okay,
along with Will Harrison.
Harrison had that good return last time. Poole's going to get it this time. Poole going to the left side. Got a little bit of a room there. Going to get tackled out of bounds inside Bear territory. I think they'll mark it at about the 39, Pete.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Joseph Hulla, but not before Poole was able to get, again, inside plus territory. Always like to start your drives in the other team's territory if you can. Yeah, they're going to mark it right at the 41.
Milos in shotgun. Hand off to Johnson right up the middle. This time the Bears don't give up much. Johnson for a gain of maybe 1, Peter.
Yeah, Ricky Dush on the stop there for White Bear Lake.
You know, that I tell you what, if you're the defense and it's hot, Pete, this no huddle thing has got to be bothersome.
Yeah, and their offense didn't give them much of a break.
No, none. Little swing pass out to Johnson. Picks up about 6-7. It looks like it'll be about a 3rd and 2, Pete.
Yeah, down to about the 35, so they got about, well, it looks like about 3 or 4 yards to go here. Skippers with that 7-0 lead, looking to add on here.
2 wide receivers left, 1 right. Spajatovic going to hand off, left side. Johnson got a little room. Oh, what a nice tackle. Kind of from behind, number 8, Delvin Mueller on the stop there. Going to stop him short, Pete.
Yeah, that senior DB came up and made the play. Johnson was sort of angling a little bit and wasn't able to get the line to gain. Left himself about 2 yards short. This looks like go for it territory.
Well, you know, we're not punting, Pete. It'd be a 33-43, be a 50-yard field goal. So anyway, well, you hope that's offsides. Oh my! What are the odds, Pete? Talk about a break.
Encroachment.
Lined up in the neutral zone. Well, that's tough.
Yeah, free first down that White Bear didn't want to give up there. Would have liked to have seen the Skippers earn it.
Oh, absolutely. So 1st and 10, new set of downs. A little bit of the lower snap. He's going to keep it himself. Got some room. Milos right up the middle. Spajatovic shows he can run the ball, and that was I think that was a design play, Pete.
It did. We saw a lot of QB power in past years. I don't know if that's what that was, but he basically followed his blocks right up the middle and picked up 9 yards.
2nd and 3, ball on the 20. Spajatovic gives it to Johnson, left side. I think he's going to get the first down. He's inside the 20 or the 15.
Yeah, Malik Doumbia gets credited for the stop. He's a junior linebacker, but not before Roman Johnson picks up the first down.
Well, Minnetonka here in pretty enviable position. 1st and 10. The ball's on the 15-yard line. You can still get a first down. Spajatovic Gives it to Johnson right away, right side. Got a little room. He's going to get to the edge and get very close to the first down.
Roman Johnson carries for Minnetonka. Anderson on the tackle for right there late.
Yeah, good pursuit by Dominic Anderson to make that tackle. Otherwise, that might have been a score. But Johnson does pick up 8 yards.
Brings up second down, 2 yards to go from the 8-yard line for Minnetonka.
So it's Spisojevic and Johnson in the backfield. There's the clap. Hands off. Nope. He's going to take it himself. He has to hurdle somebody. I think he's going to be short.
Yeah, not much room to operate on that play. I thought it was a handoff as well. They had me fooled.
Well, and Poole checks in, and Will Hairston checks out. We'll see if 3rd and 2, what they do here. I'm here in the booth with Tony Wicks. So, Tony, what do you think? It's 3rd and 2. What do you like? Play action. Right-handed quarterback. He's got the wide side on his left. Will he roll left? He's going to pass. No debate. There it is. Touchdown, Minnetonka.
That's Duke Richardson.
Duke Richardson. At the 5:36 mark, boy.
That's a connection we saw a lot last year, Richardson and Milo.
He became the leading receiver at points during the year. They're deep at the receiver this year.
Poole back out there to hold for Zabilla.
Preseason All-Metro, Keegan Sabilla, number 3 here. Kick is up, and it's good. So at the 5:36 mark, it's Minnetonka 14, White Bear Lake Bears 0. She's sunny and bright. Tough. You're welcome. Well, find some waters too, can you? Can somebody bring some waters? Well, little camera or a little microphone, poor etiquette on my part there, folks, but it is awfully hot in here. And anyway. Well, 2 amazing drives, Pete. A great defensive stand by the D. And boy, oh boy, sure looks good right now.
Yeah, well, we have a break in the action. Want to remind you, if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you for your support of Minnetonka football. And make sure to hit that subscribe button. I see we got over 600 subscribers now. We were sitting at about 570 before the game kicked off. So thanks to the 30 or so of you who've already subscribed. Feel free to subscribe to Tonka Webcasts, and you'll never miss a game.
We got a few minutes to recognize some of our sponsors, and you know, at this level of high school football, it wouldn't happen with a lot of the sponsors.
So White Bear will take over on about the 21-yard line, 22-yard line according to D'Lo, and I'll defer to him. He's been doing this a lot longer than I have. Under center and a hand up right up the middle. Not much there for Sather. Tries to test that right side of the defensive line. And Yearhot was there and up to the challenge. No gain. Second 10, Doroff under center. Handoff again, and stacked up yet again. This time he leans forward and gets about 2 yards.
Well, that'll bring up a third down rather, and call it a long 7, Pete. That brand new video board throws you off a little bit. You think somebody's next to D'Lo talking?
You were mentioning sponsors. I see Red Savoy Pizza. They have a truck here tonight.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So they're one of them. So thank you to Red Savoy.
All right, 3rd and call at 7. Ball's on the 25-yard line, and it's going to be a timeout. Well, it's a perfect time to take time to talk and thank our sponsors. So, Red Savoy recently opened, of course, in the old Tino spot right next to the Starbucks. I just had a piece of pizza there the other day. It was terrific. IKEA, another sponsor. And if you haven't been to the first Dave's Hot Chicken in the marketplace, go up to 1805 Plymouth Road in Minnetonka, right by Ridgedale, and go to Dave's Hot Chicken. Craveable food. Zinn Realtors. Maynard's, of course, longtime sponsor. Motorsports Minnesota Inboard. Go buy your boat from them, folks. Midwest Bank, Kowalski's Markets, Camp Smile for all your dentistry needs. The Canopy Group, Dick's House of Sports. Here we go, folks, back to live action. After the timeout, 3rd and call at 7. They're in a spread formation. Trips to the one side, single set receiver to the right. One single setback for the Bears. Bear drops the ball, and it's going to be a fumble recovery by the quarterback. But a little bit of pressure there, Pete. Tough.
Yeah, Doroff a little bit of trouble getting a hold of that one, able to fall on it, so he at least doesn't make it a complete disaster. And but it is going to set up another punting situation. White Bear Lake still looking for that first down of the night.
Well, and here's where you might put that block on, Pete. You're going, hey, we're deep in their end. It's a high hang time putt. Going to be fielded at about the 38-yard line. He's got a little room there. I didn't pick up the number. Hudson Poole. Again, the first 3 drives start inside Bears territory. He's going to be at about the 47.
Yeah, that one wasn't maybe as electric as the other returns, but Poole had to backpedal about 10 yards. That punt really carried. He ended up fielding it just inside the 40, so he got about 12, 13 yards on the return and was again able to get it into White Bear Lake territory.
Well, it's opening game here in Minnetonka. Great crowd tonight, especially before school starts. Here comes the Bears. Here comes the Skippers. Milos back to pass, looking left. He's throwing it long. He's got a receiver. That could be number 8, interestingly, at the last minute, sort of stepped in front of that ball, and the ball hit him in the back.
Yeah, a little bit of contact there. It was Avon Atkins for White Bear Lake on the coverage, and now we have a illegal formation call, so wouldn't have mattered if he caught it or not.
Yeah, I didn't even see that flag at the start. So they'll replay first down. Now, in high school football, you can face guard. In other words, you can put your hand up and kind of, now you can't touch him, but you can face guard, which is kind of a nuance that a lot of people don't think about. Duke Richardson in the slot to the right. Low snap, handoff to Johnson, left side. No, that's the 0. Cancel that. That's Lucas Knox, and we didn't think. Tony mentioned to me that Lucas Knox going to get some reps at that halfback spot.
Yeah, senior 5'9", 170, and his first effort really nice.
Yeah.
Picked up about 12 yards. So they credit him with a 14-yard gain. Really nice way to start his
very
night.
Explosive. Now Knox is back there again. This time it's a keeper. No, it's given it to Knox again. He hurdles the player, but he's going to have the first down.
Atkins on the stop for White Bear Lake.
So that'll be a first down. We're at 2:28 left in the first quarter. Minnetonka on top, 14-0.
First and 10 from the 36-yard line.
Milos clapping, throws it. Complete. No gain. Duke Richardson on the reception.
Yeah, caught that one about even with the line of scrimmage. Was able to fall forward for maybe a half yard or so, but really nice coverage there from White Bear.
You bet.
So the ball moves over to that far hash mark, leaves this side of the field a little bit more open. A couple receivers lining up on this side.
So Will Harrison and Duke Richardson split wide left. Milos looking over the middle. Got a man in traffic. Reception. Don't know how he brought that in. That's Will Harrison on the reception, Pete.
Yeah, you're not going to see too much of a better pass and catch than that in traffic, and Milos put it right on the number.
Boy, there was not much of a margin of error there, Pete. He threaded the needle on that one. Lucas Knox at the halfback spot. The handoff is to Knox. He's got, well, the way it looked like maybe he dropped the ball for a minute. But I think he'll have the first down.
And looks like he got just enough to move the chains. Yeah. So another third down conversion for the Skippers. Just to reset, it's 14-0 right now in the first quarter, just 47 ticks left on the big clock. Got touchdowns from Poole and Richardson thus far, both on passes from Milos.
Milos is looking to his right, get flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run. He's going to go to the sideline. He's going to go down to the right side. Gain of about 1.
Nice pursuit by Austin Gibson, number 15 linebacker, stuck right with Milos on that one and didn't let him get away.
Well, they talk about spying that guy, and I think at 6'5" and a pretty fast guy, they have to spy on him a little bit. But that was a good defensive play by the Bears. We got about 2 seconds. This will be the end of the first quarter, folks. Well, so here's our score recap. Minnetonka 14, White Bear Lake Bears 0. We're going to come back with the start of the second quarter. Don't go anywhere. Subscribe if you would, please. A couple of our other sponsors want to talk a little bit about Quick Trip and Great Clips. So usually the first game isn't as well attended because it's before school starts. But, and for an away game coming from the east side of the metro, the White Bear Lake Bears have a nice amount of fans in their stands. And Minnetonka, of course, for the home opener, again, before school starts, is pretty well jammed up. Let's talk a little bit about the preseason polls here. On top of the polls this year is Eden Prairie. Preseason poll by the Star Tribune. They have Maple Grove, reigning state champion, number 2. Number 3 is Rosemont. 4 is East Ridge. Lakeville South, number 5. Rogers, number 6. And Minnetonka making it number 7, followed by Woodbury. So Minnetonka ranked in the top 10 in the first in the preseason poll. Here we are. Milos under center, looking left, got his man. It's number 0 again. Knox on the carry. He's going to pick up 5, Pete. Well, I'll tell you what I say is it's awesome that, Roman ran the ball 3 or 4 times, caught a pass. It's pretty hot. I think it's great that you can rotate your running back, and they're showing blitz from the Bears. This one's to Johnson, and he's got some running room around the left side, and he'll have the first down and more. Yeah. Here we go. Milos shotgun. Johnson to his left. He's looking to pass. Gets flushed out of the pocket. Throws it on his back foot. Oh, boy. Touchdown. Number 8, Will Harrison.
Three drives, 3 touchdown passes, 3 different receivers, and that one almost from his fanny.
Yeah, he was in the grasp there a little bit and threw off the back foot, which is sometimes a recipe for disaster, Pete. But not this one. He's got a strong arm.
So the 11-14 mark is now 20-0, and Zabilla on for the extra point.
Well, again, preseason All-Metro Zabilla kick is up, and it is good. So, like you said, Pete, at the 11-14 mark of the second quarter, it's all Minnetonka so far, 21-0.
Yeah, both sides of the ball have been great. Again, they've been setting themselves up in plus territory, so they've only had to drive between 45 and 48 yards so far on these drives. And then the defense has not allowed a first down.
No, and yeah, I mean, think about that for a second. You know, we're through a quarter and a quarter, you know, and your opponent hasn't had a first down. Yeah, it's a picture-perfect game so far. And it probably speaks to the fact that White Bear, who had a pretty good team last year, is young this year. You know, you got to have, you know, returning guys. Now, Minnetonka was young last year, and now this year, pretty senior heavy.
Yeah, a few other scores. Eastridge out ahead of Cottage Grove, 7-0. Maple Grove has Osseo by 14-0. Rosemount up 7-0 on Eastridge. And Anoka leading Chaplain Park 6-0.
Well, this one is not a doubt. This one's 5 yards to 10 yards deep in the end zone for a touchback.
Down at 5A, Robbinsville Cooper up 20-7. Moorhead leads Spring Lake Park 14-7. And Robbinsdale Armstrong ahead of St. Francis 7-0. All these games just ticking into the second quarter.
Well, it is a, you know, people ask me, how come they play on Thursdays? It's a shortage of refs, Pete. And, again, who would have thought that Thursday would have been a better weather day? But, you know, tomorrow's going to be pretty much 90 degrees. So,
It's going to be 10 degrees warmer tomorrow, and it's already warm outside.
absolutely. So, Minnetonka back on defense. And there is number 92 for Minnetonka, suggesting that not my side of the ball, Aiden Becker on the big stop there. Did I get that right? Or was it 82? No, it was Aiden Becker. Yeah. Boy, that's a loss of about 4, Pete. And
Not what you want to see if you're the Bears after not being able to convert any first downs yet. Now they can get behind the chains.
2 receivers left. Single setback. He throws it right over the middle. That one should have been caught, intended for number 6, which is Duroff. Oh, maybe 5, I guess. Duroff would be the guy that threw it.
Yeah, Duroff attempted to pass to Anderson, and you're right, that one probably a lot of receivers are going to catch that one. Probably wants that one back.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, this is Mark Esch's 3rd year here, right? And things look like they're in good shape so far in the first game. 3 receivers set left. Duroff's going to scramble. He's got a little room. Oh, boy. Number 17 for Minnetonka, which is Hunter Peterson. He deflects that thing. He almost had that one, right?
Another couple inches on the jump, and he grabs that one, but able to knock it down, and that's just fine with Skipper's hands. Sets up a 4th down and another punting situation.
Well, Hunter Peterson coming from the middle backer spot there was dropping with the pass, and great awareness to get those hands up. And that one really could have been picked off. And here it's going to be, they're punting inside their own 5 here if you're a Bear fan. A little bit of a high snap. He's hurrying to get it off. Good hang time, not very long. Fair catch called for. No, he didn't touch it, I don't believe. Well, now White Bears touched it. I may be wrong that he didn't touch it. I guess I didn't think he touched it. No, it's Minnetonka ball, Pete. Fair catch, don't have to field it. Don't want to touch it and not get it, right? But
It almost looked like he couldn't quite get there.
Right.
A little bit of traffic. He called the fair catch, but he had to come in.
And-
Fortunately for the Skippers, didn't hit anybody on
well, oh, the refs are mic'd.
Yeah, pretty nice.
That wasn't last year, was it, right? So it's nice that the refs explaining the call a little bit. But I think to your point, Pete, I think there was some, you got to give the guy a chance to catch the ball. Now, I don't know if it was a Minnetonka guy, but nonetheless, it's 1st and 10, Minnetonka once again in Bear territory here. Call it the 41, Pete. 10-13 left in the first half. Handoff Johnson rings around the left side for a gain of about 7. Well, the sun is going to go down behind the trees here to our west, and will be a little bit easier to spot some numbers here for the broadcast. If you're on our YouTube channel, hope you're enjoying the broadcast here from Minnetonka. Second down, call it 4. Stojanovic, big pass. Oh, my word. That was right on the money to Jordan Thompson. Touchdown, Minnetonka.
Just got to the pylon, had a nice separation on that one, and put it right on the number again.
What a picture-perfect pass. You're almost going, all right, let's
So 4 touchdown passes to 4 different receivers, Roger, and it's a picture-perfect start.
yeah, really good. Well, Hudson Poole's the holder here for Keegan Sabilla. Sabilla's kick is up, and it's good. Well, Pete, I guess I would have suggested to you that Minnetonka was a bit of a favorite coming into the game, not 28-0 with 9 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good things to take away so far from Minnetonka, but seeing 4 different receivers catch 4 touchdown passes shows that they don't have just 1 or 2 guys that can catch the ball. They've got many options for Leos to pick from.
You're absolutely right. And then, Pete, they mixed it up enough with, with with Roman Johnson, and then Lucas Knox coming in, showing some explosiveness as well. So today, right now, they look like a very well-rounded football team.
And we're only talking about the offense. Imagine the defense.
Well,
had a lot of first down.
right.
I don't know if I've been to a high school game where I have a sample about halfway through the second quarter. So see if White Bear can get anything going offensively, but it's been really tough sledding for them.
Yeah, it has. We'll see where they want Keegan to put this one. He seems to have that unique ability to. This one is a bomb as well, way 6 to 7 yards deep in the end zone for a touchback. So it'll be first down for the Bears here at their own 20-yard line. They'll start this drive from their 20 and to the 9:31 mark.
Yeah, the flag waving over there at Veterans Stadium shows me that Zabilla's getting a little bit of wind at his back on the kicks that are coming this direction, and that might be why he's able to get them 4 or 5 yards deep, as opposed to when he's kicking the other direction, he was basically right on the goal line.
Right. Well, it's a happening place here at Einar Anderson Stadium. Here we go. The Bears come out, single setback, throwing right away into the flats. Oh my word! And first guy there is number 1, Dylan Hudgens, and almost interrupts the pass, but Hudgens he pretty much hit him and he went back.
Yeah, not much choice there on that play. And a big negative play again for White Bear, setting themselves behind the chains once again.
Well, Hudgens really, it's like he knew the play almost, Pete. He was right there, a split second after the pass. And we got a 2nd and 10 here for the Bears. 3 receivers set to the left. He's looking that way. Interception, number 23, Minnetonka, Malachi Bodie.
Great anticipation on that.
Oh.
I really thought that was going to be a completion. Malachi Bodie jumps right in front, gets the interception, and sets the skippers up in plus territory once again.
Boy, we got a lot of football left, Pete, but you know, there's this feeling or this theory that save some of the magic,
Right, absolutely.
But
It's like a baseball team when they score 14 runs one game and then can't score the next.
that's right. So, but right now, Malachi's interception gives Minnetonka once again tremendous tremendous field position. We're going to bring it in at the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Brand new set of downs after the interception from Bodie. Little rush out of the pocket. He's got a little room there. He's going to scramble into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnetonka.
So a 5th different touchdown score. This time, Milos takes it in his own hands. Just on a broken play scramble, and he's able to get all the way in. 25-yard touchdown run.
Well, it was a broken play, as you said, Pete. I guess, it's kind of a defensive coverage success. But, again, you got to find a way to get the quarterback. Well, Keegan's going to get pretty tired after this game with all the kicking he's doing, Pete.
Yeah, extra points and kickoffs. He's getting racked up there.
The kick is up, and it is good. Well, at the 9:05 mark in the second quarter, Minnetonka scores another point on a kind of a scrambled effort by Milos, and he gets to the corner of the end zone, and this one is a runaway freight train. All Minnetonka so far.
Yeah, in case you're just tuning in, it's been all Minnetonka, as you can see from the score, 35-0. It's been Poole, Richardson, Harrison, Thompson, and then now Milos running it in. So 4 passing touchdowns and then a rushing touchdown for the quarterback.
Well, again, high school programs that are in 6A really have to spend a lot of money to get the right staff. A lot of that's responsible by our sponsors. Minnesota Inboard, Red Savoy Pizza, St. Bonnie Motorsports, Zinn Realtor, Great Clips, ID. We'll finish that up, boys, but Great Clips, IKEA, Dave's Hot Chicken, Kowalski's, Quick Trip, Maynard's, Midwest Bank, folks. Camp Smile. There's 4 more to announce after the kickoff here, folks. Keegan Sabilla's kick. Peter's telling us it's wind assisted, and this one is a little longer yet. This one's almost out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, the flags are whipping a little bit over there at the baseball stadium, and Zabilla using it to his advantage. Got the rest of the sponsors for us, Roger?
Yeah, we got Camp Smile, the Canopy Group, Chick-fil-A, Dick's House of Sports, Dukes on 7, and Facial Designs.
I'm a big fan of Dukes on 7. Really good dinners there I've had in the past. Nice bar area. Thank you for your support of Minnetonka football. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you can support us by hitting that subscribe button.
Well, here your Bears come out of the in a very different formation. They've had a couple of wideouts. This time they're more of a couple of slot guys. They're going to run the ball up the middle, and they're going to get a couple yards on that.
I know Hudgens was there on the tackle, number 1.
82, Charlie Frank, I think, Frank was the first guy there. And Malachi Bodie. So, again, it's real easy to talk about your offense, but, boy, I got to tell you something. As successful as the offense been, the defense has probably been more successful on paper.
Absolutely.
I mean, no first downs for a whole almost half of football. We're sitting here at the 8:30 mark in the second quarter. Motion to the left. Oh, boy. Aiden Becker catches the running back on his way to the sidelines, 3 yards deep in the end zone, or in the backfield rather.
Well, a few plays ago, you mentioned that he might have known the play. That one looked like he definitely knew the play.
Yeah, well, anyway, and by the way, I do feel bad for any opponent that's down 35, 35-0 midway through the second quarter.
That's
it's not that much fun.
Tough situation to be in for
sure.
sure.
It's tough. Handoff right up the middle. He's got some nice yards. A couple of yards after the – boy, I'll tell you what. Akins on the tackle. That kid is listed at 5'6", 195, Pete. So he is low to the ground, and he's got some weight to him. So really one of their biggest plays from scrimmage. Given they had a loss of 3 or 4, Pete, that's almost a 10-yard gain.
Yeah, it's a good, probably their best play so far of the game.
Guess what, Pete? 4th and 5, they're not going to punt.
They're going for it.
Yep. They go, we got nothing to lose at this point. And maybe they're going to audible out of it and look for Minnetonka to jump. And in fact, they're going to call timeout. So I like the maybe get a free 5 on the Bears part there, but you really don't want to go for it on your opponent's, in your own 25-yard line, right?
Yeah, it put your defense again in a tough position. They've already been backed up in their own end the whole game, and that would have put them in a really good position if Skippers make the stop there. So 7 minutes even on the big scoreboard here. 35-0. The Skippers are in charge. Eastridge up 10-7 on Park of Cottage Grove. Shakopee 23, Hopkins 0. Maple Grove 14, Osseo 0. Rosemont 14, Eastview 0. And Anoka 12, Champlain Park 0.
Here we go. Now they're in punt formation. The Bears are going to be punting from about their, call it 13-yard line. Decent snap. He gets it off pretty quick. He's got some good hang to fair catch again. And this time, no doubt, number 21 for Minnetonka, which, of course, is Hudson Poole, one of the captains. And he sure hands that one. And Minnetonka, true to form, will be taking the ball. This time they're going to be in their own territory, Pete. 49.5 3/4.
Yeah, just by an inch.
Yep.
But we'll call it that. That's Joseph Hulla has been doing the punting, and they've been pretty good.
They have.
They've been good hang time, good distance, and that time he forced Poole to take a fair catch just like he had on the one before.
Well, and he's kicking into the wind, Pete. Now you can see why when he was kicking the other way, we had to back up a little bit, I think. Well, here's one that didn't work exactly as it was scripted, Pete, but he does get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, a nice looking run to get no yards from Knox, able to weave his way back to the line of scrimmage.
So it'll be, nothing doing there for Knox. Good defense by the White Bear Lake Bears. They got some big bodies. They got a pretty big guy at nose. I'd like to see what he weighs. Milos looking right. He's going to run it. Nope. Flag was a hold probably. Going to probably bring this one back. But number 8, Will Harrison's gonna score, but I think that's coming back, Pete.
Yeah, you'd mentioned the nose guard. He pushed the Minnetonka center all the way back into Milos, and I think there might have been a hold on the center for Minnetonka.
That could be.
So number 78, the only skipper who didn't run down to celebrate. He knew he was the culprit on that hold, and that'll put the Skippers behind the chains.
And that's Jacob Sims if they got the number right, but he's not the center. Tanner Smith is the center. So anyway, well, that's one that comes back, and now it might be a little different here for Minnetonka. The sun's gone behind the trees, a little easier now. Temperature dropping a little bit. Milos looking left. Intended for number 21 for Minnetonka. Hudson Poole hit him in the back, Pete.
Yeah, that one didn't go as planned. And
nope.
This drive now down at 3rd and 20, by far the most challenging drive for the Skippers so far.
Well, I saw the coaches call the punt team, going, hey, guys, let's get ready. Minnetonka has not punted yet. And I'm interested to see if Milos punts.
Yeah, he was listed in your starting lineup as the punter. We know Zabilla did the punting last year.
And is a tremendous punter. So could that be a little gamesmanship, Pete? Milos back to pass. Looking deep. Got a man. Overthrew him, but he had him on number 8 for Minnetonka, which is Will Harrison. Had his man beat, and that would have been unbelievable.
Absolutely. They were running stride for stride there, and then Harrison got separation there in that last 5 yards. The ball just a couple yards overthrown, and it is Milos back to punt.
Interesting. Might be they're saving Keegan. Don't know what that is. Could be, hey, you know what? Now, not in this situation, but it's certainly a perfect fake situation. The Bears have one man deep. Otherwise, looks like they're going for a block. Well, that's a beautiful hang time punt. No fair. I did call fair catch. Mueller down there, and Tobias Williams was pretty close to him. So the Bears stop the Minnetonka offensive machine, and it'll be 1st and 10. And we'll see if they can get something going with 5:58 left in the first half, Pete.
And we found out that our starting quarterback can punt the ball pretty well.
1st and 10 from the 22-yard line.
1st and 22. For the Bears. And they have that, I don't know if that's a different running back, Pete. And it's going to give to him again. And he is that 5'6", 195-pound guy. And number 3, right, Atkins. And he wasn't the first guy we called out as their halfback.
That's right. It was Dominic Anderson, number 5, I believe. Or it might have been Heidi Barber.
He got a couple yards there. He looks like a low to the ground, kind of a power running with speed. So here we go. 2nd and call it 8. 5:29 left in the first half. Fake handoff, rolls out to his right. Got a receiver, and boy, he wants that one back. That's our running back. That's Atkins intended, and again, he wants that one back.
Yeah,
no, he's down on the ground. I wonder if oh boy. I'm hoping he's cramping up at best, right?
Yeah, we hope for nothing serious.
Right.
It looks like he's holding sort of his gut.
Stomach,
and maybe
which
down.
Now he did throw the ball hard. Did it go into?
Right
Caught it in the bad spot. But injury timeout here for the Bears. Well, I tell you what, we've got people all around the state and the country listening in. I do want to shout out to Joe and Cassie listening in Rochester, Minnesota.
Hey, Joe and Cassie. Hope you're enjoying the webcast, and thanks for tuning in. Make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Yes, that's right, Joe. Please hit the subscribe button.
Joe, of course, coach here, correct?
Coach here for 5 years on the varsity staff. His first year, they went to the Prep Bowl, and I guess that says it all.
Yeah.
That was 2017, I believe. Just a 19-year-old varsity coach. He's a phenom. Oh, wait, he is my son. I guess I should disclose that in the Truth in Lending department, but we're not loaning money, of course, but that's a little joke. So 3rd down, 5:18 left in the first half. All Minnetonka at 35 zip. White Bear showing a little more tenacity, both offensively and defensively here. Motion, double handoff, inside reverse. Oh my, number 1. Thank you very much, he says, but not going to happen. That's Dylan Hudgens, and
yeah, he was Johnny on the spot right there. Put his head down, finished through with the shoulder pads, and put his man down.
Basically, that was out of like a wing T formation, Pete. That was a 2 handoff play. The first guy doesn't seat the ball. I got to be honest with you. when I was coaching youth football, we ran that play all the time out of the wing tee. We called it, I think, 44 inside. A little bit of a high snap. And this one's going to be a fair catch again. And Poole on the reception, and it'll be first down Minnetonka. Now this time they'll be inside the White Bear Lake Bears territory and see if they can't move this one after that first time they got stopped.
Yeah, we'll see what the skippers draw up on this one. As you mentioned, 4 minutes, 31 seconds left. Score reads 35-0 Minnetonka in firm control here.
Two receivers set to the right. Handoff, Johnson, right up the middle, gain of about 6.5, 7. 4:26 and counting left in the half.
Yeah, Johnson just chewing up yardage on those running plays. And, of course, Milo's been super effective with the passing game. I'd love to see his stats at halftime.
Oh, boy. Richardson split wide to the right. Handoff to Johnson, left side. Gets tackled from behind. He's going to be very close to the first down, but I think that'll bring up about a 3rd and 1, maybe 3rd and 2.
So at 6'5", you think Milos got some interest from the basketball coach?
Maybe, but I know with the preferred walk-on in Wisconsin, Minnesota, I'm guessing he's not thinking of hoops, Pete. Here we go, 3rd and short. Milos going to pass. Got a man wide open. It's Poole. He's going to be beyond the first down, the yards needed to gain. It'll be first down, Minnetonka.
Jean on the tackle for White Bear Lake, number 23. Jean listed at 5'7", 135. So maybe with the smallest player on the field.
Awesome that he's continuing to play. What number was that, Pete?
Number 23.
Nice. Now he's going way over and he's going to cover Duke Richardson. They're showing blitz here. They do blitz, and their blitz, well, I'll tell you what, created a no gain. The clock is going to run. They did not get out of bounds, but that was Knox on the carry.
So again, Knox alternating possessions, alternating segments here, and coming in and out with Roman Johnson, and they mark him back about a yard.
Yeah, so I guess he loses a yard. Going to bring up 2nd and about 11. Milos, well, that's a penalty. In high school football, you can't break the neutral zone and get back. So that'll be 5 free ones for Minnetonka. So it'll be 2nd down and call it 5.5, 6 yards, Pete, as they lost one on the first down.
Yeah, that's 56, Ricky Douche, senior defensive lineman, a little bit antsy on that one, and cost the Bears 5 yards.
Showing blitz again from the left side. Milos going to throw right over the middle to Poole. Poole's got the ball, makes a couple of nice football moves. Going to have a first down.
Pretty easy pitch and catch there. Anderson, number 5, on the tackle for the Bears, but not before Poole gets the first down.
So 1st and 10, 2 minutes and 17 seconds left in that first half. Milos shotgun looking to his right, throwing, almost intercepted and almost caught. So a nice play by number 8, Delvin Mueller, but the ball pops up and almost is received by Jordan Thompson.
Yeah, good defensive play there from Mueller to get a paw on that. But
oh,
you're
yeah.
right. He almost completed it anyway.
Right. She popped kind of funny there. So 2nd and 10. Milos and shotgun. White Bear going to blitz a lot more now probably. Handoff right up the middle. Knox on the carry.
So it smells a little better here in the press box now,
well,
Roger.
I'll tell you what, we can't thank Red Savoy enough. And we can't thank Tony Wixo, who was taking care of us in the booth here. 3rd and about 7. 1:42 left in the half. Minnetonka decides they take their first time out, Pete.
Okay. All right. Talk this one over on 3rd and 7. Score reads 35-0 Skippers with 1:38 to go. Thanks again for joining us here on Skipper Football. We've got 3 more home games this year. Have you peeked at the schedule?
Is Tonka strong and celebrate super fans like you? Each home game, a super fan will have 5 pizzas delivered to the stands to share with friends.
So next Friday, Skippers will travel to Wayzata. Then Thursday, September 14th at Edina. They'll come back here to Minnetonka for homecoming against Prior Lake on Friday, September 22nd. It's back on the road at Shakopee September 29th. And then back-to-back home games to start off October. Eden Prairie on the 5th. That'll be a big one. That's another Thursday kickoff. And then Friday the 13th against Buffalo. Don't get scared by that Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th, Pete. That's bad luck. All right, here we go. 3rd and about 7. Less than 2 minutes left in the first half. Minnetonka looking to get some more points here. Milos throws. No, he's going to get sacked. Throws it. And out of bounds, stops the clock. Reception by number 5. Jordan Thompson on the reception. And thank you. I did that. They're for all of us, guys. We're watching your consumption. So here we go. Field goal attempt. Keegan Sabilla. 15, 25, and 7, 32-yarder. The kick is up, and it's good. Keegan Sabilla from about 35, and he nails it right through the middles of the upright. Minnetonka punctuates that first half with the field goal at the 1:30 mark.
Yeah, good to get Zabilla a chance to show off that leg again, and 3 more points for the Skippers, 38-0 with 1:30 to go.
No, I don't know, but we're eating it, Pete. Oh, it's still hooked up. I'm a middle guy. Oh, wow. HOT. Help yourself, Grant, to some pizza. All right, folks, a little pizza break for the booth, but so Minnetonka adds 3 more against the White Bear Lake Bears. We got 1:30 left in the first half, and Keegan Sabilla, who just converts on the 35-yard field goal, is going to kick off. And again, the wind is not as strong as it was, but he does have the wind at his back. This one is a high one, going to be 3 to 4 yards deep in the end zone, so it'll be a touchback. So White Bear will have an opportunity to see if they can't gain some kind of positive before they go into halftime and then kind of talk about something good that happened on this last drive.
Yeah, they got a few things to talk about. They've had some positive plays on offense, just still haven't been able to move the chains.
Well, I'll tell you what they're doing. First of all, they made that running back change with the low to the ground, pretty strong, pretty fast guy. And they're blitzing almost every play because at this point, there's not much to lose, right? And that has disrupted Milos, and it has disrupted a couple of handoffs.
Absolutely. And the starting running back was Cole Sather, number 20, and he's 5'10", 190, so a little different size and style of running there.
Right, because our other one is 23, right? No, is 6. No? Guess I don't remember now. I'll come back and get to that. Quick pass, got some room. Nice play defensively. I think Dylan Hudgens on the stop.
Clock continues to run. Now we're at 1:14 to go.
Well, and I'll tell you, Pete, if they could get one more first down, they might try to air it out a little bit. Just going, let's get some points before half. But certainly no give up in the Bears here. 3 wide receivers set. They're in a spread formation, 1 to the right. Handoff right up the middle, and that's a young man we talked about who hits the hole pretty quick. I think, anyway. I can't catch a number now.
We call that Linscomb.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, he's number 28.
So
5'5", 160.
Well, 3rd down and 2, Pete. This could be the first down for White Bear if they can convert here. And unfortunately, a little bit of a hurry. Intended for Dominic Anderson.
Just 19 ticks
I
left.
guess at night. Well, I see some other personnel coming in, so I guess they're going to punt. And Minnetonka probably be happy to get the ball and take a knee and go into halftime with a 38-point lead.
I couldn't agree more, Roger. This is going to be should be a punt and then a kneel down and
little personnel issues here.
Yeah, looks like they had one extra guy out there.
Yeah, we did.
Get it sorted out.
Well, punt receiving team, Minnetonka looks like they're going to try to go up the middle with a block here. Good snap. Oh, almost, and maybe partially blocked, Peter. That one came off real funny and with the hop, but it's going to go out of bounds. Minnetonka will have 13 seconds left to, I'm going to suggest they're going to take a knee.
Yeah, I agree. That one was tipped.
Just a little bit, right?
Yep. And it changed the trajectory of that punt.
46-yard line, 1st and 10, Minnetonka from the 46.
Well, again, they have field position in their own end, which has been basically every offensive possession. They're in the, well, call it the celebration formation. They're not going to do anything but take a knee. And so that will be the last play of the first half. So your score at the end of the first half is Minnetonka 38, White Bear Lake Bears 0. Don't go anywhere, folks. About 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we'll be back with the start of the second half. Thanks for joining.
Please welcome the Minnetonka Varsity Performance Dance Team. They're coached by Kelsey Vercruz and Jessica Stoughton, and led by this year's captains Bella Saferstein, Ainsley Lindgren, Brittany Eitenberger, and Mallory Friend. Tonight they'll be performing their palm routine. Please help me welcome the Minnetonka Varsity Performance Dance Team. marching band. The marching band is one part of an extremely active and glorious music program at Minnetonka High School. The Marching Blues, one of the most visible groups in NHS, performing at home skipper football games, competing throughout Minnesota and Wisconsin, and participating in parades like the Minnesota State Fair and Excelsior's annual Halloween parade. This year's production is entitled Brick Canvas. Brick Canvas explores different ways we can be creative. In a visual sense, it portrays the band going from more basic forms to more intricate formations on the field. Musically, we start with symphonic and diatonic sounds while gradually moving towards more creative chordal structures, complex rhythms, and hip-hop elements. The marching movement will feature the following compositions: Holiday by the Fat Rat, Sunflower by Post Malone and Sway Lee, Confetti by Velvet Negroni, and Lights Out by Alex Shapiro. And as per Minnetonka Blue tradition, at each home football game, one Minnetonka Blue student is recognized for his or her excellence in our organization. That one select student will wear the glorious white plume. Tonight's recipient of the glorious white plume is senior James Dyston. Please look for and follow the glorious white plume as James Dyston marches his show. Please enjoy the 2023 Minnetonka High School Blue Marching Band's performance of Brick Canvas. Drum Major Brielle Fox Anderson, is your band ready? School's administration, the buildings and grounds staff, the MHS band boosters, the MHS Booster Club, Ken Schultz, Paul Twangy, and Holden Caulfield for supporting the marching band at MHS. Featuring soloists tonight were Graham Herman on alto sax and A-Word and John London on trumpet.
Welcome to Camp Smile, where fun is a daily requirement.
Our professional staff care for all kids, from first-timers to seasoned campers to kids with special needs.
Specialists in orthodontics, specialists in pediatric dentists.
Redefining the norm for the pediatric dental experience. That's Camp Smile, where we always strive to have.
Touchdown, Tonka! On the slant, Leonard has the benefit of the 2025 touchdown Skippers. Let's go! Fire up! Everybody up for the kickoff!
Folks, hey, welcome back. Here we are, the start of the second half. Minnetonka set to kick off in the home opener for the Skippers here at Einar Anderson. Keegan Sibylla rips one, 2 yards deep into the end zone. That'll be a touchback like they've been for the last 5 or 6 times. So if you're just joining the broadcast, you had something more important to do the first half, which I guess I would find incredibly difficult to believe. Here's just a little recap of the scoring. First quarter, touchdown from Milos Topul at the 10:43 mark. First quarter, touchdown to Duke Richardson. Then our second score, here we go, we'll come back to that, folks. White Bear, throw, looks to the right, throws it, got a receiver, immediately tackled by number 13, A.J. Fiedler. Fiedler. Pete, take it up here where I didn't finish there.
Sure. In the second quarter, the Skippers scored with 11:14 to go. Touchdown, Milos to Harrison. Again, they scored it with the 9:11 mark. Another touchdown on a pass to Thompson, and then Milos ran in a touchdown with 9 minutes to go in the quarter, and then a field goal by Zabilla to round out the scoring makes it 38-0.
Here we go. Second down and a long 6. The Bears. Handoff up the right side. Going to lose some yards.
Oh, and a late flag.
Becker.
Late flag, Roger. Late flag on the play.
Late flag. Didn't see that, Pete. I
Personal foul, number 97 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Well, there's the first down, Pete.
First
Even
down.
though it's by penalty.
By penalty, they'll take it.
I talked to Aiden Becker's dad at halftime here a little bit, and you know his first play as a varsity player, he's a junior, so starting playing for the first time, had those 2 big sacks on his first plays of scrimmage. I'm going, what a thrill for a kid. So congratulations, Aiden Becker, number 92, and he just got in on that one and stopped him for a loss as well, despite the fact that it's negated by a penalty. So first down after the personal foul, White Bear at their own 40-yard line. We're just getting started in the second half. 10:50 left. Handoff right up the middle. Tell you what, Hudgens on the stop. They're probably going to give him forward progress for a gain of a couple here, Pete. And, yeah, it's going to be a good 2. What I enjoy, White Bear Lake has come out of the halftime ready to. They got a lot of energy, and they're playing hard.
Yeah, that's really good to see. Like you said, it's easy to get discouraged with the score that it is right now and the way this game started, but to see White Bear come out, continue to grind it out, and have some energy, like you said, that's really good to see.
Well, and that's a credit to their coaching staff. It's a credit to their kids that they are not in give-up mode at any level. Pass, left side, in the flats, little low. Got some room. Couple skippers there right away. The stop got there by Sam Schiff. Called his number a lot last year, Pete.
Yeah, we did. And another positive play for the White Bear Lake there. They set up a doable 3rd and 3. And I don't know if there are any second stringers out there for the Skippers. We were talking about that at halftime, whether or not when the substitutions would start coming in.
Motion right side, blitz Minnetonka. Talk about reading it correctly. Number 1, Dylan Hudgens. You never see a play better time, Pete.
No, and Hudgens has been Johnny on the spot from that middle linebacker position all night. He's sniffed out some plays just like that one for no game or negative, and he's also been pursuing the plays down on the edges. He's just been everywhere.
Well, and I'll tell you something, Pete. Make no mistake, as perfect a first half offensively, the defense has been probably better.
Agree, definitely.
4th, they're going to go for it. Call it 6 yards. Looking for that offside, looking for that free 5. Long audible count, shotgun formation, back to pass, looking deep. Got a man, overthrown. Well, and
coverage from Fiedler and Schiff on that one, double covered, and not able to sneak that one in there for the Bears.
think it's Fider, but
Sorry about that.
no, and I had to ask myself.
Oh,
but
yeah, it is just Fider. It's Fider.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
And again, this is a Minnetonka-based broadcast, so make no mistake about our loyalty and homerness. But I was almost pulling for White Bear Lake to get a first down there. Here we go. Milos drops the ball, bit of a funky snap, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's not Milos.
Logan Colts keeps on the play for Minnetonka.
Thank you.
Bacon and Irvin combine to make the stop.
Logan Colts in for at the quarterback spot.
10 for the 44-yard line.
So Knox in there still at the running back position. We saw him come in and out, but he starts on this first possession for the Skippers with Colts now in the shotgun formation.
Colts a junior, 5'11", $180. Handoff, and this looks different now.
Nice pursuit there from the interior line of the White Bear Lake Bears, and 3 substitutions coming in for the Skippers, including number 11 Caleb Hager and number 19 Josh Hawk. So at least on the offensive side, we are seeing some second string, some of the starters getting rested here.
Number 85 Chase Conrad, who's a wideout, comes in.
Colts looks to the sideline, gets the play now, settles in.
3 receiver set, 2 wide left. Colts, the junior quarterback, hands off the right side. And Knox gets a nice chunky yardage back after a loss. Mueller on the stop for the Bears.
Puts the
Bring up-
Skippers in an interesting 4th and reachable situation, 4th and about 4 inside the 40. Normally you would go for it.
Well, we've talked about this, Pete, for years. This is a clearly go for it kind of a situation. And the only reason you wouldn't go for it is at some level you're throttling back, you're up 38 zip, but I would guess they'll go, and they do. Colts brings his squad up to the line of scrimmage. He's in shotgun. Knox, of course, a single setback. I'm just going to guess something else, Pete. They got a different center in there.
Yeah, that snap was a little short and to the left, and last couple have been not quite on target. So that one, the timing was a little bit off, and no first down for the Skippers. So turnover on downs.
Well, and that's when the second team comes in there and makes some personnel changes, there's some chemistry issues, and that. So it might be that the guy that hasn't done a lot of long shotgun snapping, I don't know. But we'll see who that is, and I'm going to guess that they'll do a little work on the sideline because the staff has seen that a couple of them will come in low there. Now let's see if we can catch some defensive changes, Pete.
I see 31 Caleb Taylor, a junior in their defensive line now. He's lined up on the near side.
Now here's a fake. He's rolling out to the right. He throws it deep and overthrows coverage on the play by number 22 for Minnetonka, which is Shams Schiff.
So we picked up Caleb Taylor on the defensive line. Also up there, number 97, Fletcher Olness, a junior. Number 92, that's Becker. He's a starter.
Well, he didn't start.
Oh, he didn't start. Okay.
But he's certainly got a lot of time. Right?
Absolutely, yeah. And then number 40, Bennett Gunderson, is the other defensive lineman in there right now.
Here we go, second down 10. Pitch wide right. Nice tackle there.
Dominic Anderson carries the ball for the Bears.
Yeah, that was Fider.
To make the stop for Minnetonka.
Nice diving tackle there from Fider to keep it only a 2-yard gain, and now it's 3rd, and they're calling it 7.
So the score is 38-0. There's 5:34 left in the third quarter. Minnetonka playing a number of different personnel now coming out of the half. One wide receiver. It looks like maybe White Bears changing the play. Handoff right up the middle, and he's going to have a first down. So
Good
number
hard run there.
28, Litzcomb, again, another smaller guy, but a $160 at 5'5". Now, I don't know what happened to I'm trying to remember the guy that was a $195, Pete. Maybe a $190.
Was it Atkins?
Yes, 5'6", 195. That kid, number 3, looked like he should be carrying the ball a lot more. Here's the handoff inside, and he's going to get a couple there. Minnetonka defense. Number 90 coming in, Luke Larson. So making some personnel changes. Luke is a captain, so it kind of makes some changes here. 31 comes out. Caleb Taylor comes out. Charlie Frank in there, number 82.
Looks like in the secondary, Jack Taddy, number 20, is in.
We called Taddy's name a lot last year. Fake handoff, rolls to his right. He's got some room. I think he was beyond the line of scrimmage, Pete, but it doesn't matter. In fact, I'm convinced he was. Throws a kind of a prayer up there.
Yeah, Whippler, the intended receiver, double coverage. He had a little bit of separation, but the ball well overthrown.
Shift on the coverage along with, I can't catch, I think it's Taddy. So you were right, Taddy and Sam Schiff was deep there on that coverage. So brings up a 3rd and manageable for the Bears. Inside Minnetonka territory for the second time tonight, Pete. Shotgun formation for the Bears. Looking to his right now. Got a man. Oh, boy. Again, Pete, one of those that should have been caught. The intended receiver, Carter Whipley.
So
Good
4th
coverage.
down. Probably a go-for-it situation here for White Bear. Looks like they're going to make one substitution. Coming in as number 15 for White Bear, that's Gibson, Austin Gibson, a linebacker. At least that's what he's listed here.
Well, and, maybe this is a jumbo run package.
Yeah, he's lining up here on the near side.
Well, 75 is a big, tall slot receiver to the left side here. 4th and call at 6. Minnetonka maybe going to take a timeout. You bet they are. They're going, hey, we haven't seen that look. We didn't think we might not have defended that look. We're going to make a little bit of a change here. Sean Johnson, number 99, in for Minnetonka, senior D lineman. 55. So there's a smattering of, the deep tackle, number 55, John Boberg. He's a starter, so he's still in.
Yeah, it seems like it's not quite a wholesale change, but it's
right.
Some positions are getting substituted for. Taking a peek at some scores: Shakopee all over Hopkins, 51-0. Eastridge 24, Parco Cottage Grove 14, Centennial 21, Coon Rapids 16, Rosemount 14, Eastview 0, Blaine 17, STMA 0, Maple Grove all over Osseo 35-0, and Anoka had a Champlain Park 13-7, and Eden Prairie taking care of Buffalo 35-7.
Oh boy. Here we go. 4th and about to call it a long 6. Ball's at the 48-yard line inside Minnetonka territory for the second time tonight. The White Bear Lakes shotgun formation, 2 receiver slip. Looking right, got a man. First down, White Bear Lake, and pushed out of bounds. Jack Taddy on the stop, along with number 13, Fighter.
Yeah, Fighter had the coverage, but not before they reached the line to gain, and definitely the best drive of the night for White Bear as they move it into Skipper's territory at the 37-yard line.
3:53 left in the 3rd quarter here, and White Bear are really on their first sustained drive. Hands off right up the middle, and Minnetonka says nothing doing.
Keyshawn Lipscomb.
Number 36 for Minnetonka, Pete.
Bound
Philip
on the tackle for Minnetonka.
Nartley, I thought. You get the different number, Pete?
I didn't catch that one, but looked like D'Lo had somebody else.
Nice loss of yards. Charlie Sander checking in at the DB spot, the defensive back. So back at deep, we got Taddy, Schiff, Sam Williams in there as well. Looking left, got a receiver, almost gets away. Kind of a jersey tackle. Cody Chow, I think, on the stop.
Yeah, he's recently checked in.
Right.
Sure on the tackle for Minnetonka.
On offense, it's going to be Caleb Francois, wears number 4, the quarterback. So he's not on the.
Third down,
This is not
39
number.
from the 46-yard line.
Caleb Francois will be number 4. Okay.
On defense,
You might just want to write it.
on defense,
Number 4
it's
is correct.
Okay.
What is Francois now? Is he on here?
No, he's a sophomore.
Bubble screen left. There's a flag on the play.
All right, thanks.
You know,
This is complete to Greg Devin Mueller. Flag on the play.
So there is a flag all the way back at the line of scrimmage on that. Bubble screen was pretty effective, but we'll see what they got a block on the back. So we got a change. It looks like Francois on defense is going to be wearing number 4 tonight.
offense.
On
It's gonna-
offense, and on
quarterback.
defense it's Chow.
Right. So they're gonna have 2 number 4s.
2 number 4s. Yep. I
What
guess
was-
it's a call up from the sophomore team.
Right. But I didn't catch Francois was the first name.
I think it's the last name.
Okay.
I didn't catch the first name.
Maybe he already told. You take over, Pete. I'm gonna see if.
So 2:30 to go. 38-0 Skippers. It is 3rd and 10 for White Bear. And in the shotgun, it's Doroff. As he's getting his team set up. Official still getting the ball set. Now the far side official readies the play.
That should be illegal.
And swarmed underneath. A host of skippers, basically the whole defensive line, but again celebrating out of there, number 92, Becker.
Charlie Frank, number 82, I think, too. There, Pete.
They also credit Charlie Frank, 82.
Yeah.
Brings up 4th and 20 from the 47-yard line. Joseph Holla in punt formation now for White Bear Lake.
Well, credit this defense to stop them here, Pete. And they were kind of knocking on the door a little bit, and the penalty certainly didn't help, but nonetheless. So, again, credit your overall defense here. Punt formation,
Poole and Hairston
snap.
back deep.
high kick, short. Get away, I guess. Fire, right? That's the call, and that's going to come dead. It's going to be down by at about the 27-yard line, Pete. And I'm told that they brought a sophomore quarterback up, and all I got out of the coaching staff was Francois.
Minnetonka from the 27-yard line.
So it was Colts last time, number 14. We'll see who comes out as QB here, and it is number 4, Caleb.
Caleb.
Francois.
Caleb Francois, sophomore.
Thank you. Tell Tony. Caleb Francois here going to be taking over a quarterback spot. He got brought up as a sophomore here. Got the ball hands off. 25 on the carry, Pete.
Yeah, looks like Riedel.
Devin Riedel.
Ball carrier is
Yeah.
Minnetonka's number 25.
We'll see what Tony says.
Riedel.
Riedel.
Just like the helmet manufacturer.
There you go.
Only spelled differently.
Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7 from the 30-yard line.
So 1:06 left in the third quarter here. Minnetonka brings in Caleb Francois, just a sophomore, to take some snaps. And he's going to run it himself and not do very well there. I was a little bit worried there. Kind of an awkward looking tackle.
Yeah, Austin Gibson rides him down. Loss of a couple yards there. Pushes him back to about a 3rd and 9 situation. Thanks again for tuning in tonight. Score reads 38-0 Skippers, and the clock ticking down to under 30 seconds in this third quarter.
So the sophomore quarterback, Caleb Francois, coming in for the QB duties. Rydell is the single setback. Minnetonka likely to hand off to him, but not a hard play to defend against, and Rydell gets ridden out of bounds. Looked a little like a late hit. Number 96 looking for a late hit there as the
Turner made contact right at the line there. I think it was clean, but the hit was a little high too, which made it look awkward.
Brings up 4th down, 4 yards to go from the 33-yard line.
Minnetonka going to punt here.
And it's Zabilla back there to
Now
punt.
Zabilla going to punt, right?
Taking Zabella in punt formation for the Skippers.
Well, Minnetonka's been a hard to figure out team here in the second half in terms of personnel. But they go back to Old Faithful. Zabilla up. Minnetonka calls, I think it's first time out of the half, Pete. Oh, maybe that's a second. Well, we got a brand new scoreboard here. Got a couple of scores up there. I can read Maple Grove, but I can't read the score, Peter. Or that's our next game.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So much for that.
The Skippers are on the road for the next 2. We'll be back here 3 weeks. Want to say thank you to Activities Director Ted Schultz, Assistant AD Paul Twenge, Principal Jeff Erickson for their support of these broadcasts.
Well, there's a little bit of a high snap, Pete, and Zabilla gets it away with a lot of hang time. Going to take a Minnetonka bounce and more. Going to be inside the 30. Going to be down by Minnetonka. Number 24 first touches it. Malachi Bodie. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the White Bear Lake Bears. And that's the end of the third quarter, Pete.
So they'll flip it around the other way, and we'll play 12 more minutes of football. Skippers ahead 38-0, and they will have the ball.
They will. Well, a really nice crowd here for Minnetonka, and certainly a great opening game kind of a performance, and both offense and defense can be awfully proud of their performances, and I can't say enough about the defense here. And I guess, let's recognize the coaching staff a little bit. Mark Esch is in his 3rd year at head coach, having won state championships at Mankato West. His assistants are John Christensen, Brian Dahman, Rodney Francois, Matt Gorman, Emerson Griffin, the former Viking, Ishmael Karan, Ryan Lacrosse, Bubba Moore, Jason Opsel, Josh Stevens, Roderick Tolan, Connor Wilkie, and I'm bad with John's last name, Paylock, but a great staff. Can't really talk enough about the student managers. Carter, Jean Elizabeth, Gonzalez, Matson, Tardois, Torbenson, Diaz, Trapnell, Ward, Wheatley. Those are last names, but those girls do a tremendous job as managers. Fake handoff. And a nice, really not a game-saving tackle, but Sam Schiff there on a tackle where they had some room running. Positive gain for the Bears here. Bring up a third and call it 4. We're at the 10:44 mark of the fourth quarter. Handoff right off the left side. And boy, Minnetonka skippers on that one. Going to get a yard or two. One of the first players there was Caleb Taylor. They do get the first down. Yeah. Well, after this game, we're going to go away for 2 weeks. So we're going to go and play Wayzata on Friday, the 8th of September. And then we're going to go to Edina on Thursday, the 14th. And then come back here for a homecoming against Prior Lake, which will be the September 22nd. Handoff left side. A couple of yards there. Sam Williams, number 26 on the stop. Well, big shout out to Peter Amstutz, Grant Knight, and Henry's last name again is Soper. Done a great job tonight for the broadcast. Couldn't do this without them. I'm doing the easy work. They got the hard work. Rolls out. Oh, almost a one-handed grab intended for number 82, Nick Watson. And had he had taken that one, and that could have been on the ESPN highlight reels.
He got a paw out there. He couldn't quite get that second hand or grab it with the one hand like Odell Beckham.
Yeah, exactly, Pete. Well, he looks like a tight end, listed on the program as a tight end, so you maybe don't expect to have that wide receiver type hands, but almost had her.
Here on the near side playing defensive back, number 16, Charlie Sander in the game.
Nice.
And they go after him.
Oh, boy. Now, that was intended for number 11 for White Bear Lake, which is Hulla. I feel bad a little bit because there's been at least 4 or 5 passes that should have been caught for White Bear. And I'm not saying that would have been a game changer or a difference maker, but, you would have get some momentum for them. So, again, 4th down, they're deep in their own end, but it is a 38-0 game. Their ball is on their own 41-yard line, and they're content to roll the dice here and go for it on 4th and 7. And boy, oh boy, it's an incomplete pass, but might as well, it was as close to a sack as you could have, and I'll tell you why. Number 92, Becker, Aiden Becker.
He's been a man possessed tonight.
I tell you what, it's also great to see a junior, who didn't start.
But he's been super effective out there.
He's been a man today.
He has.
He has had some. And I told you, Pete. I talked to his dad a little bit at halftime. Pat, great guy, great Minnetonka supporter, and he said that his kid couldn't have been more excited on his first play from scrimmage. I think he got a guy for a loss. Cooper Odegaard in. You know what? One of my favorite players, Cooper Odegaard, going to be taking some quarterback snaps here. Big, tall, lanky guy. Love to see Cooper light it up. Cooper hands off. Left side. Nice gain. 45. Pataski on the carry. Grant, do you know Cooper? Fun. Great family. Chantel, the mom, very active in youth football, on the board of directors of the TFA, the Tonka Football Association. So always excited for a parent when they get their kid in the game. Cooper, a junior. Hands off left side. Petotsky not going to go down easy. Get some difficult yards, Pete.
Yeah, I think that's Rydell back in the game there, 25. But yeah, he rode it out pretty good there. Picked up some positive yardage for the Skippers. And so we've seen 3 different quarterbacks in 3 different drives so far in the second half, Roger. We had Colts out there, and then Francois, and now Odegaard.
Cooper Odegaard hit shotgun formation. Claps the hands. Must be a 2 count. Wow, don't see that a lot. High snap. He does a nice job of taking it and not losing that ball, but it will be a loss.
Arvig comes in and cleans up that mess for White Bear Lake, and looks like a punting unit will come on for the Minnetonka here.
Well, you know, we don't see 2. They go on 2 very often, right? So,
right.
You know, the one time you go on 2 and you have a bad snap. So, anyway, nonetheless, credit these guys for coming in. So now Zabilla again going to kick, going to punt. He's got his toes on about the 41-yard line. Well, Minnetonka wants to talk about it. So they've taken their last time out of the game. We're at the 6:07 mark. Line of Health Orthopedics, so one of our sponsors, got a nice big ad on the I'll call it the Jumbotron. Alina Health Orthopedics. Hoping you don't need them, but if you do have an opportunity and need them, one of our sponsors here in Minnetonka. Well, the dance line looks great. The band was terrific at halftime. The pregame show, which I think was the junior varsity dance line, so that was awesome as well. Really a fun game to watch. I see number 51, Dakota Hamblin in. Try to catch some of these guys that maybe don't get their names announced. One of the personal protectors is Zachary Alstron. Tough job, that one. Zabilla gets it away. End over end. Almost touches a Minnetonka player. Takes a Tonka bounce. You better cover that around the 1. And it's going to be. Well, Keegan Zabilla. Not exactly a coffin kick, but he puts one over the head of the receiver, the punt receiver. And if it wasn't tough enough for White Bear, they're going to start with the ball at their own 1-yard line with 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in the contest here. In the opening game for Minnetonka here, firmly in control, 38-0. Bears are going to be, I guess they're going to mark it at the 2. It'd be great if the defense could find a safety here. It's just the opposite of a safety. Might be a touchdown. Well, forget the safety, Pete. We talked about this kid, Atkins. He's that 5'6", 195-pound kid. He runs 98 yards.
Yeah, he had the jets. Once he made it around the corner, there was a bunch of skippers in pursuit, and nobody could gain any ground on him. He did not run out of gas at all.
Well, I'm reminiscent of the Greg Clough eras when he would be frustrated that they lost his shutout, but I'm sure the defensive staff understands kind of what happened here. And at the end of the day, it's really great to get all these kids that might not see as much time in a close game. Really, that's what this thing's about, is developing character, developing your younger players, and guys that don't see the field as often because they got a guy that's a little bit better in front of them. So here's the PAT attempt.
Farber, the holder. And number 90.
Kick is up and good.
That's Watson with the extra point.
Well, you wouldn't have thought that when you get a guy down on the 2, then he's going to go 98, but he does in fact.
I don't think it played a big factor, but I did notice they had a backup quarterback in there. Barber, number 7, is the one who handed that one off. Not that it mattered who handed it off, because Atkins did all the work afterwards.
Well, and I got to tell you, that guy he's a heavy load. So for him to kind of go 98 yards, and 2 guys were in pursuit, and I thought maybe they'd catch him, but they didn't. So credit the Bears there on a 98-yard run for scrimmage. That's going to help that guy's stats, Pete.
Absolutely. The yards per carry is going to go way up.
Oh, boy. Think about that one. Well, so White Bear gets on the board here at the 5:29 mark of the game. They complete the PAT, and they're no longer shut out. And at some level, very happy for them. And maybe they proved themselves. Hey, we can score. We had good blocking on that play, and the guy got to the edge, and he's fast. Now back deep for Minnetonka, number 19, which is Josh Hawk. And then the up back is 48, so this thing goes short. John Mueller's got a chance to put himself in the stats. And now number 69 says, I forgot I was supposed to be out here. But McLean comes out. Yeah, actually, he didn't forget. They made that was a coaching change.
Skippers now with their full complement of 11 players. Now they do, as number 85 runs out there.
Well, making personnel changes, clearly not the kick receiving team that they're using all the time. This one's going to have a chance. That's a free ball, fellas. Oh, boy. All right. Roll. That was a lucky roll, right? Sometimes that thing comes back, Pete.
Right. If it goes out of bounds, it's a penalty on White Bear. It goes into the end zone, and it becomes a touchback. But if that stays in the field of play, you're absolutely right. That's a free football.
Well, I'm interested to see if it's number 4, Caleb Francois, or if it's Cooper Odegaard, or somebody entirely different. Grant's kind of on this thing. Maybe number 11? No, he's a wide out. What do we got, guys? 14. So the first quarterback, Klotz, comes in. Handoff, and not going to make a lot of yards there. Number 25 on the carry, Rydell. And I see 41 checking in, Hunter Stockman, who's a wideout. So they're making some changes really across the board. 25, Rydell comes out. Well, there's still 5 minutes left here. Love to see this offense make some progress.
Landon Kohler among the White Bear players on that tackle there.
Cott's waiting here. Different running back than Rydell now.
Still 13 on the play clock.
Taking his time. Oh, boy, Pete. That was a bad snap, and, frankly, that was a real quick whistle, by the way. They should be giving the ball to Minnetonka, but I got to tell you, the ball was loose. That was a short whistle. And maybe the white hat was trying to protect somebody, but they tell you, don't blow the whistle till you see the leather. And that ball was loose. Did you agree with that, Pete?
Yeah, I kind of lost from my angle. It looked like he had dove on it, but I agree. I still saw some loose ball there.
Yeah. Oh, Minnetonka lucky to get away with that one. 4:09 left in the contest. Well, Minnetonka deep in their own end here. Not an enviable position for any quarterback, any lineman. Here's the handoff. He's going to get nice yardage right up the middle. It's Rydell again, I believe. Yeah, so I thought he came out, but he didn't. So it gets him out of kind of ugly territory, Pete. 3:41 left.
Yeah, 38-7 the score. Skippers have been in control since the opening whistle. They scored on their first 4 possessions, 4 touchdown passes to 4 different receivers. Then Milos ran it in for the 5th touchdown. Zabilla tacks on the field goal towards the end of the second quarter. Skippers have been held scoreless here in the second half, but it's been mostly backups. And now Zabilla punting out of his own end zone. Good snap. Zabilla puts a foot in it.
Very high kick. Fair catch cared for. Takes a Minnetonka. Then it takes a couple of bounces there. So White Bear will have it in good field position. They'll be inside Minnetonka territory. Call it about the 39-yard line. Now we got, so it's a 31-point game, so we got running time going on now, Pete. So ordinarily there'd be a clock stop at this change of possession, but that's not the case with the significant point differential. Both teams kind of hustling to get as much, each team wants to get as many plays as they can here. Well, I got to be honest with you, Pete. I'd give it to, if Atkins is not winded anymore, I'd give it to him. Going to give instead to number 24. He dives really close to the first down. That's Nolan Howard. Howard on the carry. Well, they give him only credit for about 6, but looked like he got a little closer to me to the first down, but it's going to bring up a 2nd and 4. Now White Bear Lake in a little bit of a hurry-up offense. Oh, boy, look at that. What a 57 and 37, right? So 37 is J.J. Hunter, and 57 is Tyson Stewart. Big drop for a loss there. Nullifies their decent gain on second down. Or on first down, check that. So now 3rd down and 9. Clearly a passing situation. They got motion to the left, handoff to Atkins. And although he, tell you what, Atkins not going to get his 98 yards this time. Number 63, Adam Waite, along with some other skipper that I couldn't catch the number on, but another really no gain for White Bear. We're about to be under 1 minute in the contest here, and White Bear going to go for it on 4th and 9. He's going to pass the ball, and it's incomplete. That won't stop the clock, though, Pete. And I can tell you that the offensive guys are going, hey, let's hurry up and get a couple of plays going, because otherwise, no, they do stop the clock. So I'm confused.
Well, while we have a break for a second, I want to say thank you to the people that subscribed tonight. We're up to 611 subscribers. We started the night at about 575, so thanks a lot to those 37 people who did that. The rest of you will join in and subscribe. We'd love to hit that 1,000 milestone this season.
Now, we've hit that before. We've had 3,000 at times, right? Certain
Yeah,
games.
in terms of viewers, we've hit
viewers.
We
What are
hit
we
that.
at for viewers now?
For viewers, we've been oscillating back between a couple hundred tonight.
I'm sure that's wrong, Pete. I'm positive. We got them in Rochester. We got them in Jacksonville, Florida. John and Michelle Lenahan, nice shout out to you guys. Hope you're safe there in the weather, along with Scarlett and Troy Lenahan. Future Minnetonka skipper someday, I'm sure. Minnetonka on offense. Now Caleb Francois in. 46 seconds and counting.
710 views so far tonight, average watch time of 23 minutes. So people are out there consuming this content.
Well,
Thank you for doing that.
when you have a runaway in the first half, 38 zip, somebody's going to tune out. I get it. So I'm hoping that offense gets one more play before the end of this contest. I think we got Rydell in the backfield and Caleb Francois, the sophomore quarterback, in.
And this could be the final play. They might not even need to snap it.
Right. And you know what? They're not gonna snap that one. They're gonna leave the field. That's the end of the game, folks. Your final score here in Minnetonka: Minnetonka 38, White Bear Lake Bears 7, and the first one of the season is in the books. Henry and Grant and Peter, thank you. Nice job. Great broadcast. Yeah, guys, or did you not yet? Don't forget to join us for our next home game, which is going to be 3 weeks from now. It'll be homecoming, Minnetonka, September 22nd. It's a Friday, 7 o'clock. That one will be the pregame meal supplied by Dave's Hot Chicken. And so make sure you come to that homecoming game. And good night, everybody, here from Minor Anderson Stadium.